The first maritime aid shipment has reached war-ravaged Gaza. The World Central Kitchen said its team has unloaded 200 tons of desperately needed food that will be distributed. Meanwhile, there's a deepening rift between President Joe Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. On Friday, Mr. Biden said Jewish Senator and Majority Leader Chuck Schumer made a good speech when he criticized Netanyahu's handling of the war. Also on Friday, Netanyahu approved the military's plan for a ground invasion in Rafah. The White House said it has not been briefed on the plan and that it could not support any operation that does not include a credible proposal to limit civilian loss. Natalie Brandt has more from the White House. Natalie, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. The growing international pressure to negotiate a ceasefire in Gaza was on full display here at the White House, where the president is also facing growing political pressure at home.
Meeting with President Biden for an annual St. Patrick's Day tradition, Ireland's Taoiseach took a serious tone.
We need to have a ceasefire as soon as possible to get food and medicine in, to get that.
The administration says it's working intensively with Israel, Qatar, and Egypt to try and reach an agreement, even as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the latest Hamas proposal unrealistic.
The proposal that was put forward is certainly within the bounds of, in broad brushstrokes, within the bounds of the deal that we've been working on now for several months.
Hope for a deal comes as the U.S. warns Israel against launching a Rafah offensive without a clear plan in place for the safety of more than 1 million civilians there.
We have to see a clear and implementable plan, not only to get civilians out of harm's way, but also to make sure that once out of harm's way, they're appropriately cared for, with shelter, with food, with medicine, with clothing, and we've not yet seen such a plan.
The United States' highest-ranking Jewish elected official also sounding the alarm.
Palestinian civilians do not deserve to suffer for the sins of Hamas, and Israel has a moral obligation to do better.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called for new elections in Israel.
I also believe Prime Minister Netanyahu has lost his way.
Senator Schumer owes an apology to the people of Israel.
Top congressional Republicans describe Schumer's 40-minute speech as out of line.
It's our role to support them against terrorist organizations like Hamas, Hezbollah, and ultimately Iran.
President Biden says his senior staff was given a heads up about the majority leader's remarks.
She made a good speech, and I think he expressed a serious concern, shared not only by him, but by many Americans.
This comes as President Biden is facing growing backlash among some in his own party over the Israel-Hamas conflict. White House aides have been holding meetings with Arab American leaders, but some of them have blasted the outreach, saying they want to see serious action and a permanent ceasefire. Dana?
All right, Natalie, thank you.